Good morning. 3 fish, please.
Of course, coming right up. I feel like I know you.
Rachel?
I'm sorry, but I don't remember your name.
Oh, no, it's fine. My name is Mary. I lived here about 15 years ago, and then we moved rather suddenly. My family and I came back to visit family, and we're here for about a week or so.
Mary, oh my goodness, that's you. Yes, I remember now. We must catch up soon.
That would be so lovely. Why don't you come by for dinner tonight? We're having fish.
Oh, I wouldn't want to impose.
Nonsense. We have plenty of food. 4 fish, please.
Then I would be honored.
Hello, welcome to our home. Dinner will be ready soon.
Come in. Sit down and relax. Jesus, why don't you put the kettle on for some tea?
Yes, Mother.
Mother? Mary, is that your son? I don't remember you having a son.
Yes, I had him a little bit before we left. It makes sense that you never met him since we didn't see much of each other back then.
Before you left? That means you escaped?
Yes.
Please tell me how you escaped. Tell me how you knew to leave, please.
I understand. How old was he? Your son, I mean.
Almost 2.
Oh, Rachel, I'm so sorry. We'll tell you our story, but first we should start with Herod and the Magi. One night, one of the Magi called the others together to talk about what had been told in a prophecy.
Something important has happened, I can tell. Last night, I saw a bright star, and in my dream, the stars told me we needed to follow it.
In my dream, the gods told me that the King of the Jews had been born today.
Who could that be? Israel is ruled by the Romans.
Herod is the king. Could one of his wives have a son?
A whole message? Just for the son of a king we have nothing to do with?
The stars gave us the message. We have to go.
This child is special. This child holds the fate of a whole people in his arms. We must find him and worship him.
They packed enough food for months, plus money and goods to trade, not being sure how long they would be gone. It would be a long journey, but the stars guided them to me.
The Magi traveled for many months, following their map in the stars. When they got to Jerusalem, they asked anybody and everybody they met if they knew where the new King of the Jews had been born. When the townspeople heard this, they were confused and anxious. A new king meant trouble and change. Not good news for the mighty King Herod. Word of strange people asking strange questions spread to Herod's ears fast.
When Herod the king heard this, he was disturbed and called a council of the head priests and teachers of the law to find out where this supposed king of the Jews was to be born. They told him the child was to be born in Bethlehem in Judea. Then Herod called the Magi in secret with some questions and a request.
Do you think this is it? Will we meet this new King of the Jews today?
Perhaps. This is a king's palace, but we can't rush. We've seen a star rise in the heavens, but on earth we must search patiently, carefully.
We don't know anything about him yet. We will meet this baby king when the time is right. We can only follow the star and trust that our charts are right.
Agreed. Best to be patient and see if this Herod can help.
Then let us go and find Herod.
Welcome, welcome. So you are the strange travelers I've been hearing about.
We have heard much of you as well.
All good, I hope. I have some questions for you.
Then Herod questioned them about the star and their journey. They didn't know it at the time, but he was making a cruel plan.
You have told me enough. Now go to Bethlehem and find this child. Then report to me so that I may also worship this new King of the Jews.
There was unrest among the people, and the Magi began to hear whispers.
Did you hear?
Those people bring trouble for our king.
If there's a new king, Herod will not be happy.
We'd better be on guard. Who is this child?
Why has he come? What is Herod going to do? I don't know, but I don't want to find out.
People were scared, and rightfully so.
I was just a baby, but when the Magi found us, I wasn't quite what they expected.
They were expecting a prince, but we were living in a modest house.
The stars have led us here?
I expected a palace.
The East Star has led us here. This has to be the place.
Hello. Can I help you?
We have come to see the child that will be the King of the Jews. Is this child here?
Come in and sit down. Joseph, please put a kettle on. We have some guests. First, tell me about your journey.
During the Magi's visit, it's fuzzy, but I remember they told me wonderful stories of their homelands. I thought they were the strangest people. They stayed with us a few days before they left.
I was filled with wonder for the future of my baby and fear for what it meant. These astrologers from a far land at my doorstep being extravagant and costly gifts, calling him king and worshiping my son. I was shocked. To this day, I still don't understand how God was working and what it meant that God worked through them.
It's time to go. We have to leave. Keep the child safe.
Mary, Joseph, thank you for your hospitality.
And then they were gone.
I remember the night we left. I was scared. It was cold out and I was half asleep. Even still, my mother's arms were warm and she gave me the strength not to cry.
Shh, we have to go.
Joseph, it's okay, I'm here.
Mary, we have to go. We have to get our boy and leave.
Joseph, what's the matter? Tell me.
He's coming for Jesus. We have to escape. Go to Egypt. Leave now while it's still dark, before he kills our son.
Who? Who's coming?
Herod.
I rushed to my son. I allowed myself one moment to watch my baby asleep before I ripped him out of bed and fled into a world of fear and danger.
I know the rest. That wicked Herod. His men came and killed my son. He killed every boy he could find under 2. What a horrible man.
What he did made God angry. What he did to you and your child wasn't right. Israel has suffered. From our ancestors in Egypt to the Romans now, Israel's people have suffered hardship. And God knows our pain. He knows your loss. But I know that God isn't finished. He is going to help his people. He sent me, and he will send his Spirit. Now we mourn, but mourning will not last forever.
We all know what it's like to lose a child, but to lose so many at once.
He was a horrible king. My son, my helpless baby, killed by a coward who was scared of a child. But now that I've met you and heard your story, I believe God has sent you. The prophets said we would go through times of mourning, times of great pain and sadness. But now I believe God has sent you as the promised one. You will change everything, won't you? You'll turn our mourning into dancing. I may not be ready to dance now, but having been in your presence, I have hope for the future. Thank you.